Hi, everybody. This is Silvio Canto in Dallas, Texas on Memorial Day 2019, Memorial Day weekend 2019. Of course, Memorial Day is Monday, but in many parts of the country, the celebration begins on Saturday and Sunday. People get together, they get together with friends and family. And then, of course, on Monday, there are parades and a celebration at the Arlington Cemetery and so on as we remember the men and women who gave their lives defending the United States. You know, as part of a project that I was working on, I had to give a little speech about the history of Memorial Day, and so I had to go back and do a little reading about it. And Memorial Day obviously has gone back as long as there are fallen soldiers. There have been memories of the fallen soldiers, but what we now call Memorial Day sort of began in May of 1868 when they had a special day to remember the northern troops and the southern troops who had been lost during the Civil War. And many people put flags in about 20,000 gravestones, both North and Southern soldiers who had fought in different battles around that time. And then later on, this was called Decoration Day, and then later on, it began to be an annual formality. And then, of course, during World War II, when you had almost 400,000 men who were lost in that war, then the whole idea of a Memorial Day began to take hold. It was originally May 30th, but later in 1971, it was turned into the last Monday of May, and that's why it changes every year, but it's always on the last Monday of May, this particular year, May 27th. But the idea is the same. The idea is the same. We remember the men and women who have fought and lost their lives fighting the war, whether it's a Revolutionary War, whether it's a Civil War, World War I, World War II, or more recently, Afghanistan and Iraq, and let's not forget Vietnam and Korea as well. All of these wars, of course, brave men gave their lives fighting for the country, and that's who we remember this weekend, those men who are buried all across the country. In some cases, they're buried outside of the United States. I mean, there are huge American cemeteries in Europe and France in particular. And in all of these places, there are ceremonies. We have a huge veteran cemetery here in the Dallas area, and there are parades and celebration across the country to remember many of these men. So enjoy the holiday. You know, there's nothing wrong with getting together and friends and having a great time and eating and barbecue and swimming pool and going to the beach. There's nothing wrong with that. But just remember at some point that the reason of the holiday is to remember the men and some women who've lost their lives defending the United States and wearing the uniform of the United States. Have a great Memorial Day, everybody. Great Memorial Weekend, and we'll get together the next time. Thank you for watching. We have all of these on YouTube, on Twitter, and on my blog. And if today's your birthday, happy birthday. Bye-bye, everybody.